Southern Show.
Okay, next fight. Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat Chimaev. So what do you think of that, nephew?
Okay, so there's the good and bad. Firstly, I think two judges or maybe three gave Hamza a 10-8 in the first round.
Yeah.
I watched the full fight. I can see a case why they would give him 10-8 because he completely controlled that round. And I
Yes.
think a lot of it goes to like past history as well. Like judges themselves were like, what? The great Kamaru Usman, like
Yeah.
the greatest welterweight of all time, or arguably the greatest, being controlled like that. That's
Mm.
never happened to Kamaru. For me, that was super, super, super impressive. Um, Having said that, I expected nothing less from Hamza.
Yeah.
But if you look at his run so far up till now, and I said this, and this is why I bring Costa into the conversation as well. He's been pumping and dumping everyone.
Mm.
But who has he been pumping and dumping? Kevin Holland. They talk about Kevin Holland being a black belt. Kamaru's not a black belt. And he just went and disposed Kevin just like that.
Yeah.
When he was on top of Kamaru, he couldn't do nothing. He was throwing a few pitty-patty punches like that.
Yeah.
No major strikes, no mauling. He tried getting submission attempts. At no point was he close. Kamaru fought the
Yeah.
hands very nice. He was composed. Kamaru was super composed in there.
Yeah.
He didn't seem stressed at any point. I felt like Kamaru's tactic was let him have his fun this round. I'm going to catch him the next round.
Yeah.
So, okay, cool. Hamzat done what he did. He himself didn't rush. Now, second round starts. And for the first 2 minutes, both of them are standing there. Now, if you want me to talk about Kamaru, I feel like Kamaru's definitely lost his mojo since that headshot knockout. He seemed very. There's no sense of urgency.
Mm.
There's no There's too much flinchiness going on. Like he seemed nervous. Like he's gonna get caught. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So he seemed a bit nervous. As for Hamza, yeah, fair enough. Okay, you said you broke your hand, but he was completely gassed.
Yeah.
He had nothing left in the tank.
Listen.
And okay, fair enough. Like a lot of Hamzat fans, pro Hamzat fans, were making excuses for him in the Gilbert Burns fight, saying, "Okay, but anyone would get tired when you're swinging for the fences in
Yeah.
such an explosive fight." And he was weight depleted. What did he do in the first round against Kamaru that would tire him out like that? Like you just rolled his back for 5 minutes. You know,
Yeah.
you controlled that round. You didn't maul him. You didn't exert too much energy. You wasn't attempting, some crazy submissions like a head and arm or an arm bar or a arm triangle or anything like, do you know what I mean? Or a mounted arm triangle or
Mm.
anything of that nature that will, wear on your gas tank. You're
Mm.
29 years of age. You're fighting a guy that's 36, took a fight on 10-day notice, and he's got both his knees are blown out, and you look more tired than him.
Mm.
So Kamaru went and clinched the second round, and then we go into the third round, and Kamaru started landing on him in the third round. At one point I thought Kamaru was going to steal it.
Mm.
It turned out like Gilbert Burns 2.0 at 185, but Hamzat managed to get that last 10-30 second takedown on Kamaru, and I
Ah.
think he stole the round.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, like I said before, when I was in the A&E, I couldn't really watch it because I had bad internet, and plus my nephew was ill. So from what I did see, because it froze here and there, I 100% agree, and I need to actually go and rewatch it, the fight again. But from what I've seen on the recaps and what people have told me so far, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. But
Right now, I get Yeah, go on. Sorry, carry on.
I was going to say, when I watched the Wayne podcast by Josh Thompson and John McCarthy, John McCarthy said, listen, and Josh Thompson said that there's days where you may be super fit, You're running up hills, mountains, blah blah blah. You never gas out. You only have less than a minute recovery time when you're super fit, blah blah blah. You're doing all these type of cardio exercises and strength and training, blah blah blah. And then you go into a fight, and for some reason you have a adrenaline dump or you just gas. Yeah, I mean, they're trying to, not an excuse, but they're trying to explain that stuff like that can happen. But it happened twice. It happened in Gilbert's one,
Yeah, I'm
and
not.
it's happened in this one.
Yeah,
So
I'm not.
I can't. If it was just Gilbert's one, then you could say, yeah, like you said before, oh,
Yeah,
he depleted, he lost weight, he was throwing everything in the first round, blah blah blah. Listen, he didn't barely do anything in the first round. He rode
he
his
didn't
bike
do
like a
nothing.
cowboy, and he was like tap tap
Yeah,
tap. I was like, how are you gassing from that?
yeah,
Unless you really broke your
yeah.
arm before you went into the fight, and he didn't want to finger it. But if even if you broke your hand or wrist or whatever it is, why are you gassing?
That shouldn't affect your cardio.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it
shouldn't
shouldn't
affect
affect
your
your cardio.
cardio.
Why are you gassing?
Yeah.
Listen, he might be the next Zabit when it comes to cardio, because that's one thing
To
we
me,
worry about Zabit. Because
to
Zabit had
me,
that.
right now, Hamzat's. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, but Zabit had a medical condition.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Good point. Yeah, yeah.
Now, right now, Hamza is giving me glimpses of Conor McGregor because, like, he's a good talker on the mic. You know, he comes across like rowdy, feisty, and whatever not.
Yeah,
Hypes up the crowd, got a large fan following, but he's a one-round fighter, just like Conor.
yeah.
He sprints. He's a press sprinter, so like he can do stuff like that to Kevin Holland and the Leech and all of that. You know, go absolutely
You
bulldoze
know
them.
he's
You know,
gonna knock them out or kill them in the first, second round. He's a first
that's it.
second round fighter. Listen,
He's a
we
fair.
all like him. We're a good fan of him, and like his
Yeah,
post fight speech he gave, fantastic. You know, good on
yeah,
him. You know, very
yeah.
peaceful, very good. Well, we agree with that, but mate, he seriously needs to either work on that cardio, and if he's one of those people that he can work on your cardio as much as you want, nothing's going to improve because it's genetics, and it's either you've got it or you don't. Then
Yeah, you
I
hit the
don't
nail on the
think,
head with that because
yeah,
cardio is not something. Look, Conor is the richest, the most famous UFC star of all time. You think he doesn't have the money to spend into trainers and technology to
cardio.
work on his cardio? Of course he does, but he's still a 1 round, 2 round fighter.
Yeah,
You know, some things like you're just gonna gas up, man. You
you're
know,
gonna,
like it's just you're gonna. It is what it is. Yeah.
and
I yeah.
yeah, I mean, I like him. I like him as a guy, but I think that this fight has really shown a lot of fighters in that division, welterweight and middleweight, that you're not so scary as we thought you would be. Oh, okay, we just have to exploit your cardio, and there's so many strategies on
And
doing that.
middleweight right now,
What's
Yeah.
that?
Unless middleweight is stacked right now. Middleweight is stacked right now.
Yeah.
After
Let's be honest,
many
though.
years,
Let's be
it's
honest.
stacked.
Let me say this:
Duplessis,
if he had fought Costa, whose cardio would have lasted longer, Costa's
Costas,
or Chimaev's?
Costas,
Yeah, that's
for
what I
sure,
was thinking
Costas.
as well. Yeah,
After this fight, I'm guarantee you, Costa's got a better gas tank than Hamzat because history shows itself. Costa went in an all 5 round war with Vittori. If Hamzat was fighting Vittori and Vittori took that past 3 rounds, Hamzat wouldn't make it to fifth round. He'd
yeah,
get smoked in the fourth. He'd
yeah,
get buried. I'm telling you, Vittori would put the pace on him. I'm
yeah.
telling you, he'd put hands on him. I promise you. And this is why now I'm looking back at it. Hamzat might have dodged a bullet with that Costa fight. He might have. He really and truly might have. I really think so because I don't think he can submit Costa. Costa's got excellent BJJ
Has he?
defense. Uh,
Has
uh,
he? I've never seen Costa. I mean,
yeah.
Vittori's took him down so many times.
Costa's,
I
and he
mean,
couldn't
even
do nothing to him on the ground.
I know he didn't do nothing on the ground, but so did what's his name? Rockhold. He took him down.
Yeah, I couldn't do nothing to him on the ground. Could not do nothing. He couldn't
But
pass his guard or
you
anything.
think for Chimaev to be a very good fighter, even though he's a 1-2 round fighter, to win his fights, because he will take you down. We know for a fact Chimaev will take you down. However, if he takes you down, you better finish him on the ground. So you either ground and pound him if you can, or you better get your jiu-jitsu. He's a brown belt now. We saw he was gifted a brown belt by his jiu-jitsu
It doesn't
coach.
make sense to me why that was gifted to him. You didn't do nothing in that fight to earn another belt.
I can't I understand why he gifted him because he took the guy down, but I 100%
That's
agree.
not BJJ. That's
No,
not
I know,
BJJ.
I know.
That's
That's what I was going to get to, nephew. That's not BJJ. If that wrestling, if belts were a wrestling thing, then I understand a wrestling coach coming down and giving you your brown belt in wrestling. That makes sense. But that's not BJJ.
for me one of
You
the
don't even
coldest.
attempt a submission.
For me, one of the coldest moments in the history of the company in UFC was when Tyron Woodley was gifted a black belt after he submitted Darren Till.
That
That
makes
was
sense.
cold.
That makes
That was cold.
yeah.
And Tyron literally, like, he started crying. Like, for him, getting that black belt was almost as valuable as getting the gold.
Yeah, it is.
And that
Listen, I
was
do
wicked. That
BJJ.
Darce choke,
I know.
excellent.
Yeah, if I was
Yeah.
given my
One
black,
of best one of his best performances. One of his best performances.
yeah.
You don't get a brown belt by doing absolutely nothing on the ground.
Listen, that the teacher, he's one of his closest friends. Is his teacher, he's his coach, and he's a good friend of his. So I understand why he gave it him. And listen, the guy's got his back. And if Lucio, who is my professor in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, if he had awarded me, yes, my friend, my teacher, my coach had awarded me a belt. I understand that. But listen, why would you give it him because of that? I would have just given it in class. I wouldn't have done it there. Maybe you're just doing it for the camera. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Anyways, so
That's not the main.
Strickland,
Yeah.
yeah. So the middleweight champ. So now it's been announced that Khamzat goes and fights for the title. Dana White made it official.
Yeah.
Strickland wanted Khamzat to win. He wanted that fight because Strickland generally isn't scared of no one, and he wants the money fight.
Yeah.
Strickland right now, just a little while ago, released a video saying Khamzat doesn't deserve to fight for my gold.
So after saying all that, he doesn't deserve to fight for my gold. That makes sense, doesn't it?
I guess Strickland at first, Strickland did want the money fight,
Yeah.
but
All
now
right, let me tell you
Strickland's
something.
like,
Let me tell you something, nephew. If Paulo Costa fought Strickland, who do you reckon is going to win?
it's a toss up. It's a toss up.
I think Costa.
I think I would. Sorry.
I think Costa because he's got power in his hands and he'll knock him out. If he
I don't
survives the
know. I've
knockout,
never
then
has
Strickland
Costa.
last 3
Yeah, sorry,
rounds.
go on.
If he somehow survives not getting knocked out by Costa, Strickland, I'm talking about, then yeah, he'll win based on his cardio. But so far, if Costa to start off with him, because Costa's got power, he's got like bulldozers in both hands, he would have knocked him out in the first 2 rounds.
Has he really though? Who has Costa ever knocked out other than Johnny Hendricks? He's never knocked anyone out, and not even never dropped anyone with one shot. He's not a power hitter. Like people look at him physically, like they just look at him because he's got big muscles. They assume he's a power hitter. He's not really. He landed the cleanest shots on Vittori. Never dropped him once.
Yeah. If it's only my secret. I mean, I won't say knockout, but it's more of a TKO. He's got loose TKOs.
Yeah, he's a TKO guy. Yeah. Because he dropped Romero, and Romero's got an iron chin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. But anyway, going back to Chimaev, he needs, if he can work on his cardio, then he needs to work on his cardio. Other than that,
right now, for me, I put Islam over Khamzat as, like, if you compare them pound for pound.
Yeah.
Like, Islam has lived up to the hype. Khamzat is still in a grey area for me.
Yeah.
I'll be very honest. Like,
well, his train is still.
Sorry.
His train is still rolling, whereas Islam's train has got to the station, and everybody knows that's the train to take. If you know, if my analogy kind of made sense, yeah. But
for sure, yeah,
Hamza's
for sure.
train's there, where everyone's
thinking,
thinking, "Shall I join that train?" Nah, I don't like that train.
Yeah.
Great. Whereas Islam's train from day one has been established to be the correct train, the Virgin line to join, because this will take you to your destination very quickly and safely. And it just proved to us last night. But anyway, coming to an end on this Chimaev versus Usman. Any last thoughts on both of them?
I would like to see Usman. I don't want to see Usman retire like this. I want him to stay at middleweight, actually. I don't want to see him cut that much weight. He's got too many injuries. Cutting weight doesn't help injuries as well.
37. 36, 37.
Yeah. But he looked good against Khamzat. He didn't look bad.
He got paid out. He got the dosh
Mm,
for him and his daughter.
yeah,
So he's okay.
yeah,
It is what it is, yeah. He's
and
dominant MMA
and
boys.
that's it.
Yeah. Anyways, let's call it.
Mm,
All right, cool. So there's more
yeah.
videos to come.
So
Yeah, that's one down.
and we'll catch you guys in UFC 295,
Is that the next? Oh, is that the John
which is in
Jones?
3 weeks' time. John Jones versus Stipe card. Yeah,
John Jones first Stipe card. Is that the next one? Right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Sure. I'm sure.
In
Yeah.
3 weeks' time. Yeah, it's in 3 weeks. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It is. Yeah, that's the one in November, isn't it? In November the 11th.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's an MSG as well. Yeah,
I want to see the December the 17th card, which is the Colby versus Leon Edwards. That's going to be interesting. Ah, it's
yeah.
going to be.
I think the camera's still rolling. You might have to stop the recording.